My name is Frequency, and I was born with the gift of seeing, raised with both witches, Muslims, and Christians. Since a child, I've been haunted with a ghostly tale, from premonitions to talking to the dearly departed. I am Frequency, and you are now tuned in to another video. Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know, my name is Frequency, and welcome to my page. To jump straight into the reading I was hesitant to do for her, a lot has come out in the news already, confirming what I've already saw. On 10/16, a voice suddenly told me to leave a comment on Philadelphia 10 news post, as they were leaving empty-handed at a scene of a crime, specifically hearing, "Tell them that I'm by the school," in a very loud tone. 2 days later, they found unknown human remains. I left another comment stating that it was her body. But let's jump into the amazing person that she once was. With good grades in school, some A's and B's, she wanted to be a star one day, until a man who didn't love her took her life. She loved dancing. With the beat, she would dance. She was the life of a party, a smile that could light up a room. Her death sparked a nation, bringing awareness to more situations like hers. Instead of properly loving the one woman who loved him, he wanted a woman who had no romantic interest in him. The saddest part is, I discovered that he was dissatisfied that she didn't reciprocate him in the way that he wanted him to in such an act. On 10/4/2025, she was kidnapped after her shift at an elderly community home. He had the look of death in his eyes. She did mention that she begged him and pleaded with him, but he had a gun, making her feel paralyzed. Despite the frozen feeling at the time, she did fight when it was necessary. However, Spirit keeps highlighting some keys and a wallet. I know about the stolen vehicle, but skimming over the news article, after this reading I didn't find much too specific in regard to wallet and a pair of keys beside a card being found. Leave a comment down below if you know anything more about that in specific. Now, with him having time to move evidence and get rid of things, it led investigators and family on an Easter egg hunt, as Spirit said. There was something in particular about the house that I knew needed to be discovered. He was hiding things, and later it was discovered that it was a hammer amongst other things, and 2 women who were investigated, who I think know more than what they're saying. Now, this next line is hard to hear, so Dad, if you're listening to this, please cover your ears, because the next line is quite uncomfortable. He intended to take her to the woods to kill her, where no one could hear her scream. Spirit highlights the next words with a blue orb as I rewrite this reading about how violent he was towards her. So to fast forward for the sake of time, there's an amethyst stone that I can't get out my head, and a gun that I saw in my dreams that was in my hand that shocked me because I never held a gun in my life. And it was unique because, or to me, because I was channeling her spirit at the time, and I rarely dream. However, I do hear that Her face is swollen, and Spirit keeps reminding me about the blows to her head. And I hear there's more to the brain than we know. And it's not just a gunshot wound per the news article. Again, after the reading, I never asked that question, to be quite honest, in regards to how she passed. However, there's something about that stolen vehicle that I can't put my finger on. I just hear he didn't hit an animal. So Spirit reminds me that there were 2 vehicles used in the murder. And as I updated myself on the crime, considering what he's done in the past, per his criminal history, I kept hearing about how he was sick in the head and how that girl was too scared to go to court, and that's why the charges didn't stick when that was his first reported assault. So ladies, file your restraining orders. I keep a weapon on me at all times. So fast forward to the 2 females who were found in the house who are significant in this case, and one male actually, and one female who had more of a hand in it than the other. However, I kept hearing just one man. Now, in my next vision, imagine yourself eye level at the end corner of a metal table, and all you can see is a split quarter of an image or a picture, and I can see only the shaft of the leg to her hand or her fingernail with heavy dirt underneath. Her short nails, actually. It looked like wet specks of dirt scattered across her legs. And I'm hearing matted hair, but to continue, I heard that her toes were painted when he buried her. I feel like what I saw before was a vision of some type of symbolization, or it could in fact be literal. I can only tell you what I saw. Like the keys in the wallet, for example. And at the end of this reading, I did ask if that was all that she had to say, and she said that her throat hurts. And when I felt it, it was exactly in the middle or the center of my neck, like someone was choking me. She also said that she had a headache, and Spirit says, and I quote, "Don't forget the semen found on her clothes." I just truly feel like if he had a motherly or caring figure in his life, then he wouldn't be so angry all the time and violent towards women. Ladies, be careful out there and give him the stink eye if you need to. Look away if you need to. If you're scared, just remember to protect your temple at all times, at all costs, and don't be afraid. Honestly, I can say a lot of killers have genetic habits of their forefathers that spiral into an uncertain madness. I just want them to remember that there is a special place in hell for killers like him. May he turn his life to God for forgiveness, and God bless her and her family and those that won't confess.